Well, they were the first country to choose their song. The question is, are they going to be the first country in our Eurovision ranking? Or at Eurovision, for that matter? Well, only time will tell, but why not talk about Albania? Let's see if we like the song, and you know what that means. Let's talk Eurovision. What's up, you fools? Matt, ESC United, your favorite Eurovision channel, and we continue our journey through the 2019 expert panel. We're not experts, but we pretend we are, and as we're working our way through all the songs, guess what? It's Albania's turn. Technically, Albania is the first country that we're going to review this year, and let's see if we like it or not. In case you haven't watched it, this is what happened over the past couple of months. Jonida Maliqi, that's her name. She won Festivali I Këngës, which is the Albanian music festival that takes place every December, basically, in Albania, obviously. And then the winner is being given the high honor to actually represent their country at Eurovision. So Jonida is going to Tel Aviv with the song, performing Ktheju tokës.
Ktheju tokës.
Now, Albania did really well last year, right, with Mal, Eugen Bush-Pepa. The question is, can they repeat that success or not? So, we will review the song right here, right now, and then each juror will give their score, and then at the very end, we'll talk it through and see how the entire ESC United team has voted. So, with that being said, I'll volunteer to go first. Actually, you know, I just decided on that. So, about this song, I want to say, let's start with the good stuff, right? Love the atmosphere. I love the atmosphere of the song. It's just its own little thing, different than any other song in the running. There's nothing like that at Eurovision. I guess to my ears, it sounds ethnic. Some people are saying it's not that Albanian ethnic-y, but to me, that's the best descriptor I can use for that. It's an Albanian. That's always a big plus for me. I'm very, I like my languages. I'm a little worried about the longevity about the song. And by that, I mean, it kind of lost a little bit of its appeal after I listened to it a few times. That shouldn't be too big of an issue at Eurovision because, you listen to it once, potentially twice, if you win, if you qualify, I should say. So I'm overthinking that. So that's not necessarily an issue. There's just something about Albania. I find like they love to send women singing really, really loud. And that's how I feel about this song. She has a very powerful voice and seems to be very popular in Albania. Yes, last year we had Eugen Bush-Pepa, but that seems to be kind of their pattern. And I love it. It's so Albanian. Now, it's very interesting because, they had the national final in December, and they always wait until the very last minute to release actually the revamped version. And that's what I ultimately used to judge the song. And they cleaned up some of the sound. Definitely, they cleaned it up. And not much has changed, though, like the progression and all of that. It stayed fairly close to what it was before, just a little less, more organized, I guess. That's the best way. And in the national final, I really remember she almost looked like a Cleopatra to a certain extent. Not quite as much, but the haircut and the dress, even though it has nothing to do with Albania, it kind of worked that look for that song in the national final. So hopefully she's going to kind of keep that look. Song itself, not mainstream. Really not sure how people will react to it at Eurovision. To me, it's refreshing and something we need in the contest, and I hope it qualifies. What about you, Calvin?
Well, one thing that I really like about this song is that it kind of swings for this sort of like slightly folky, slightly atmospheric, slightly rocky sort of thing, and I like that it melds genres really, really well. My problem is that the execution of that melding isn't really particularly interesting or new or novel. It just kind of takes those ideas and then just peppers them throughout the song, and it doesn't really leave as much of a lasting impact as something like it could on me. My favorite parts of the song are the parts where it kind of leans into sort of Jonida's rockier vocals, like the Festivali Kungas live performances did. Those are toned down a little bit in the revamp in favor of a slightly more ethereal, atmospheric vibe, especially in the chorus. But they're still there a little bit, and I appreciate them for sure. And the song, I remember not really being a huge fan of it when it was selected, but it's grown on me a little bit. I do appreciate some things in the melody. I like some of her vocal flourishes. And ultimately, I think it's a fairly okay entry from Albania.
Okay, that's not too bad. Did it convince you, Melanie?
It really did convince me, because the problem with Albania is always the first song that has to be selected. And I always think that Albania has a good song, but there still has to be 40 other songs to be selected.
Yeah.
So is the song radio friendly? No. But it really still is a masterpiece. I really have the feeling that it brings me to a journey with feelings and emotions. And it really touched me. And that ethnic feeling, I really think that it's just a great song. And I really think that it's going to do well on Eurovision.
Yeah, and if you feel it, that's the most important thing. And I talk about that all the time. If the feelings are there, that's the most important. If you connect with a song like that, then that's a winner. What about you, Fernando?
I think in the part, Albania, they have a good entry, but there's a big but.
Okay.
Which we're not discussing. They are in the second semi-final.
Okay. Why is that a bad thing?
Because that's the strongest semi-final.
Okay.
There's no doubt about it. And I think if they screw it up in staging, television-wise, the song will go down the drain. If they can do a good staging, it can do very well. So there's no middle road. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It got potential, because that's what the ethnic sound is something that people voted for in the past. However, few recent years, that lost a little bit the magic, if you know what I mean. In fact, for example, last year we had Georgia that had that ethnic sound, but that one was lost. And even though it was a beautiful song, that one got lost. And although I agree it's a masterpiece from Albania, I don't know. I have a little bit...
You're a little bit nervous? Yeah, about this one. So it's a wild card for you? Is that what you're saying? Could be anywhere? It comes down to the staging?
Yeah.
In Tel Aviv, definitely. But I don't know. At the moment, I don't have good vibes. I don't know.
Okay, he's on the fence. Fernando is on the fence. But let's talk about... I know you're all waiting for that. This is how the ESC United expert panel has voted. I now always use air quotations because we have no clue what we're talking about. So we're going to provide our scores first, and then I'll share with everyone the overall score and the way the team has voted. I'll go first. It's pretty straightforward to me. It's really good, the song. As I pointed out, while not necessarily a top 10 for me personally in my ranking, it's good. It's just a really good song. I wanted Eurovision. You got to give credit for it. I'm giving it 7.5 points. 7.5 from Matt. Calvin, what's your score?
So I do appreciate what it's sort of going for, but I just think it could have gone so much further, and I'm still sort of getting over that the rockier stuff is a little bit tamped down in the revamp. I think that was a rough choice.
Oh, okay.
But there are still definitely some things to appreciate, and I do like the concept, and I do like that it's an Albanian. I'm going to give it a fairly generous, I will say, but still 6 points from me.
6 points. All right. Melanie, what's your score?
So I think I'm on the other side, because I give it a 10 out of 10.
Ooh, all right.
Because I really like this song, because it just ticks off everything what I'm looking for an Eurovision song. It has ethnics, it has some kind of journey, and it really let me feel the feelings of Jonida while she's singing. I really feel her. I really think that this is going to be the dark horse of this year.
Ooh. We'll come back in a couple of months and see if you were right, but 10 points from Melanie. That's good. Fernando, your score.
I think I'm the cheapskate over here.
You always are. But go ahead.
I gave it a 5. Just
all right, 5.
because it's in the second final, and I believe it's in the second half, and I've already discussed my beliefs about it.
All right.
So,
but it has potential to climb a little bit later on if it's done right, from what I'm hearing, huh?
let's wait Tel Aviv. Let's wait Tel Aviv.
Let's wait for Tel Aviv. That is exactly. But these are only 4 scores. Let's find out how the entire ESC United team has voted, and this is the overall score. So the total ESC United final score that was given to Albania is very interesting, actually, 7.00. So exactly 7 points. Over 20 people have voted, and yet it's still at exactly 7.00. Any surprises there, Calvin?
No, looking at places like our forum, and especially, I think it's a big Twitter favorite from what I've seen, actually. That's a platform where it really seems to be doing really well. It doesn't surprise me that Albania's had a really positive reception. I actually thought it might even be a little bit higher than 7, but but no real surprise there. Roughly in line with expectations. I don't know if it's going to be as impactful for viewers in Tel Aviv, who may not be as wedded to some of the super Eurovision-y things that it goes for.
Yeah.
But I think if they make it seem like a fairly competent package in a semifinal where a lot of risks are being taken and some of those risks fall flat, I think it could get into the final for sure.
Yeah. Melanie, are you disappointed by the 7 considering you gave it 10, or you're okay with it?
No, I expected it because it's Albania. It's not so high in the odds, and I'm very sad about it.
Pretty low, yeah.
Yes, very low. But I believe that when it will be performed at Tel Aviv, that it will be better. And I still have a little bit of Jamala vibes from it. She also was very low on the odds before, and she went higher when the show started and the rehearsal. So I still have this feeling that when the rehearsal starts, people will see the magic in this song, and I hope that it will deliver then.
All right. Only can hope. We'll have to wait and see. We got a couple of months to go. And everyone else, thank you for watching. Make sure you can see the result of each individual juror on our website, ESC United. The link is in the description box. You can also vote yourself. We have the fan poll up right now. Do you agree with us? Do you disagree with us? This is your chance. At the very end, we're going to compare our rankings and see where we the same or where we're not the same. Anyway, leave your thoughts below in the comment section. We are moving on to the next review. Thanks so much. Have a good day.